Hello. I am an off-duty bartender and I would like to sit at the end of your bar and watch you constantly in a slightly creepy way, please.
Sure. Would you like a drink while you were freaking me out, pretending to be my buddy, ignoring all the hot women and counting how many times I stir my cocktails?
Yes, I would. I would like a Manhattan with a whiskey brand that does not exist and has never existed. I just made it up in my own head.
I'm sorry, we don't have that brand. It only exists in your head. Would you like a different brand that exists in this world?
No, I am an off-duty bartender and my ethical code does not permit me to order drinks that other people have ever heard of. How about a glue gel flock and swizzle?
I don't think I know that one.
Hectares, ha.
Can you tell me what is in it, with barely concealed contempt for me not knowing the recipe to a cocktail that was written down only once, in pencil, in a toilet, on a piece of toilet paper, in West Virginia, in 1876, by a man who suddenly experienced a fit of explosive shitting and immediately died after wiping his ass with the only written recipe, thereby making this quite literally the most obscure recipe in the world?
It would be my pleasure. While I am reciting the recipe with barely concealed contempt, I will simultaneously tweet, "Stump the bartender lol."
Thank you. Could you perhaps tell me exactly how you like me to make your drink, specifying pointless techniques that add absolutely nothing to the flavor of the drink but that bandwagon jumping scene whores like you think are cool because they might come from Japan where people still actually give a fuck about stuff?
No problem. Please add lots of bitters to the point where the drink could be used to interrogate prisoners who can survive waterboarding. Then add enough alcohol to float a cruise ship and don't forget to put in something old and herbal that some monks make somewhere. I would appreciate it if you used ice that has been carved from the frozen heart of a polar bear by the world champion in ice carving using an 8,000-year-old ninja sword. And when you stir it, I do not want you to look like you are working in the best job in the world or that you might perhaps be having a bit of fun. Instead, I want you to look like someone just told you that the world is going to end and that every serious bartender in the world actually prefers drinking beer and shots and vodka cocktails. Like that. Is that okay?
Of course, always happy to help a brother bartender. Would you mind also ignoring both my cool regular guests and the large number of women in the bar who, in massively alcohol-induced states of drunkenness, may even offer you sex, so you can instead sit on your stool at the end of the bar pretending to be a cross between Charles H. Baker Jr. and David M. Barry?
Consider it done.
Here is your drink. I will act all cool as if it does not matter to me if you like it or not, but I will be secretly looking at you, and simultaneously hating myself for seeking the approval of a friendless loser like you.
You are welcome. I will taste the drink you pretend not to care about and say it is the most perfect cocktail ever, and when you turn away I will tweet, "Cocktail just a little too sweet." Then I will sip on it and turn in my seat to survey the room as if I was fucking Rick from fucking Casablanca instead of an attention-seeking passive-aggressive waste of carbon who is not entirely sure how to trim the beard I grew after seeing all the cool bartenders in Brooklyn.
I would like to say sorry in advance, as this bar is getting very busy. I know I am required to hate myself for working in a busy, profitable bar where the owner does not have to eat discount cat food to get by and occasionally manages to scrape together enough money to pay the suppliers, usually by selling a couple of pints of his own blood.
That is okay, I understand. I see you are very, very busy now, so I would like to order a depressingly slow and complicated drink which others guests will see and want to have, thereby guaranteeing that speed of service in this bar will go down faster than a Kardashian in a rented limo, rapidly spiraling out of control until we rip a hole in the fabric of the universe and all life as we know it ceases to exist, because I am that asshole off-duty bartender who cannot resist ordering an old-fashioned at midnight on a Friday.
It is my pleasure. Would you like to compare the size of your bitters collection to ours?
No, I cannot win that game, so I am not going to play. Instead, I will ask you about barrel aging.
We are currently aging just about any old rubbish in a barrel and selling it for an extra $2 a drink. How about you?
In my bar we are aging barrels in barrels and then using the barrel-aged barrels to age cocktails that should never, ever have been aged for any longer than the time it takes to carry the drink from the bar to the table in a glass with a colored straw and a fluffy parrot stir stick.
You are aging barrels in barrels? I bow to your superior skills in utterly useless mixology. I shall hang my head in shame and leave immediately to spend the rest of my days as the brand ambassador for both Pussy Energy drink and that vodka which is flavored with imitation whipped cream.
You are welcome. I am also leaving, to go home to my lonely apartment full of books, bottles and mustache-trimming machines so I can masturbate like a monkey while dreaming of Ada Coleman spanking me with one hand while she stirs a hanky-panky with the other.
Good night.